Hello everyone, thank you for joining me. I'm Catherine Bear and this is my tutorial on Socrative by Mastery Connect. Socrative is a quiz app that you can easily access at www.socrative.com. It records the students' responses to the quizzes in the cloud, and they can respond using their mobile device, their phone, their Chromebook, their laptop. It does require an internet connection, however it is free to use. As a teacher, joining Socrative is easy. You only need to put in your name, your email, and a password. Once you're onto the site, you can make your questions, and there are three types you can have: multiple choice, true, false, or short answer. Once you have your quizzes made, you can give a traditional quiz, or you can do a competition quiz called Space Race. You can even use your questions as an exit ticket to your lesson. You can start your new quiz by hitting Quizzes on the bar at the top, which will give you this page, and if you just click on Add Quiz, you'll be ready to go. This is the page that you will see where you can title your quiz. You can even align it to state standards, and then you can choose which type of questions you would like to use. First, I'm going to show you how to make a multiple choice question. You put the question here, and then your answer choices are down here. If 5 answers are too many, then you can hit the X button and get rid of one of the answers. If that's not enough, you can always hit the Add Answer button down here. Also, you can type in an explanation for why the correct answer is the answer, to explain to kids why they chose the distractor and why that's wrong. Okay, once you've written your question and the answers, you want to choose which one is the correct answer, and if you want more than one answer correct, that is possible. You can choose 2 correct answers. Also, you can format the question and the answers by hitting this button up here. When you format the questions, you can make them bold, italicized, underlined. There's even subscripts and superscripts for those math teachers or chemistry teachers. Also, you can format the answer choices as well. If you want to add an image, then you would click this icon right here. Okay, and this is what your page will look like when you have the finished question. If you want to do a true-false question, easy enough. You add your question here, choose if it's true or false, and then if you decide later you want to delete it, you can use this button over here. You can also change the order of the questions, as well as you can duplicate your questions. The last type of question is a short answer question. You can have multiple correct answers, but the students do have to spell the answers correctly. So if that's a concern for you, you can have Socrative not grade this question, and you can grade it by hand. As I mentioned earlier, you can align your quiz to state standards. You just choose the subject, the core area, the class, and the standard, and save. Okay, you want to go into the rooms page, and if you want to add a room, you just click this button up here, but you can only add a room if you have Socrative Pro. You can add up to 10 rooms. Otherwise, you're just going to use this default room here, which you can edit by pressing this pencil button. You want to make a name that is unique to you, but also easy for the kids to type in, because this is what they will be using to log in. When you change the name, it has to be all letters and numbers, one word, and you can't use a name that already exists. Okay, if you have a lot of quizzes, you can search here for the quiz that you want. You can also share the quizzes with your PLC, and then you click down here to choose the quiz that you want to administer to students. Hit the next button, and then you can choose the type of quiz format that you want to give to the kids. If you choose instant feedback, kids only can do the questions in order. They have to answer it, and then it tells them right away if they're right or wrong, and they can read that explanation. In open navigation, it's like a paper pencil quiz where they can move in between the questions, change your answers, and then submit it at the end. And then the teacher paste allows you to control the answers, revisit questions, or even skip questions. Okay, we're ready to have students log in, and they just go to www.socrative.com and click on the student login. They will see a page like this where they just type in that room name that we talked about earlier and join, and they will become part of your roster. This is the page that students see, and as you can see over here, they can navigate in between the questions. This is the page that you will see. You can see this in live time as the kids answer the questions. Red means they got the question incorrect. Green means they got the question correct. And then if you had one that you didn't want Socrative to grade, like the short answer questions, that they will show up in blue. After the kids are finished, you can get a report on the scores. You can choose to get a whole class report, or you can even print off individual reports and let the students take them home, and you can see which questions they did well on and which ones they did not. And then you can download those reports or email them to you. Okay, I think Socrative is a great app to be used for formative assessments. You can also do exit tickets, polls, or quick questions to easily monitor the student's performance. I think it can be used with students of all ages because it's very simple to use. It can also be used across PLCs to give common assessments and share information on how students are doing. I think I'm going to love Socrative. I haven't used it yet, but I can tell it's going to increase student engagement because it's fun and easy to use. I think students love getting instant feedback. As a teacher, I get to see in real time those aha moments happening, and I could also use it to let students learn in their own time and at their own pace. Regarding Bloom's taxonomy, I really think it falls on the knowledge remember stage because most of the questions are very limited and they're just convergent questions. However, if you worded the questions in such a way to check the understanding of a meeting, I suppose it could be comprehension or understand. And if you had students create their own quizzes, then you could perhaps call it a higher level of creativity. In regards to SAMR, the open navigation quiz, where you're just replacing paper pencil with electronics, is of course substitution, but I think it's augmentation when you can give instant feedback to those kids. You can share the quizzes in between your PLCs and even return to a quiz and take it over and over again. For modification, when they compete in the space race, that's something that you couldn't do with paper pencil, so I do think that's a modification. And you can even redefine your lessons by taking quizzes from around the globe or using those quizzes to transform your lecture into a more participatory class discussion. Well, that's it. I hope you enjoyed learning about Socrative. I know that I enjoyed learning about it, and I can't wait to use it this year, and I hope you use it in your classroom as well.